In this video, we'll be exploring the transformative intersection of artificial intelligence and the fast-evolving world of electric vehicles. From AI and generative AI tools to the sustainable technologies shaping tomorrow's mobility, we're diving deep into the revolution that's redefining how we live, work, and move. Whether you're a tech enthusiast, an EV aficionado, or simply curious about the future, stick with us for the next few minutes while we journey into the present and the likely future of AI and electric vehicles. First things first, what is AI? Artificial intelligence, or AI, refers to the simulation of human intelligence in machines. These machines usually feature algorithms that enable it to think and act like humans through complex mathematical structures, and also by feeding them data, through which they attempt to connect the data points to each other using those structures. There are about two categories of AI. Narrow AI, which is designed to perform specific tasks, kind of like Siri, for example. The other category is general AI, which is aimed at true human-level intelligence, capable of learning and understanding a wide range of tasks, but such systems have not been developed just yet. AI is already the main driver of emerging technologies like big data, robotics, IoT, and self-driving cars. And since the launch of generative AIs like ChatGPT, their popularity has shot up obscene levels, with surveys suggesting over 50% of organizations have incorporated AI in some capacity as of this moment. Generative AIs have largely been responsible for the AI awakening we are experiencing. With models like ChatGPT for text-based prompts and for image generation, Midjourney prompts. The earliest versions of these models were good, but more often than not, hit and miss. I remember the days when Midjourney would generate pictures and you'd be able to tell it was AI by just looking at the fingers or hands. They were always so bad at generating hands. It was so comical. Text-based generative AIs also struggled a lot with simple things like, is 2.9 larger than 2.11, as well as complex reasoning. In spite of these issues, though, ChatGPT was able to surpass over 100 million users in just 2 months, less time than social media giants like Instagram and TikTok. Most recently, though, these AI models have introduced multimodal capabilities, which simply means they can now process and respond to prompts or queries in multiple modalities, like text, images, audio, and video. It seems like this had been the plan for the text-based generative AI models, but the image generation models have not really evolved much beyond their original niche. In 2025, you can expect better, more fluid expansion into multimodality, as it seems like that is the most logical next step in generative AI evolution. You see this with OpenAI's latest Sora video generation tool that's been making headlines recently, and Anthropic's computer use giving AI the ability to perform tasks by taking over your computer. All of these are just iterative attempts at true general AIs, but that doesn't mean that AI in its current state isn't crazily impressive. It is. One of the things people need to understand is that AI in its current iteration is probably the worst it will ever be. These models will keep getting better as time passes. Remember early AI images? Yeah, look at them now. The truth is, AI is the future and it's best to get on board now, because AI is moving fast, much faster than most other emerging technologies. And speaking of emerging technologies, one of the most divisive in recent years has been electric vehicles. First, there are the petrol heads and car enthusiasts that claim these cars are devoid of any real passion and emotion. Secondly, we have the tech enthusiasts and pro-climate buyers who believe EVs are the evolution of internal combustion engine vehicles. And finally, the utilitarians who purchase cars based on price and the ability to move from point A to point B. Each category believes the future will play out differently, with car enthusiasts believing sustainable fuels will revitalize ICE vehicles. We already know what the pro-EV and pro-climate people believe, but the utilitarians just don't care to be honest. But let's look beyond the debates and dive into the realities of the EV transition. On the market front, EV adoption has seen some slowdowns lately, with multiple automotive manufacturers sounding the alarm on the planned EV transition. Governments in the West are contemplating getting rid of some EV incentives, like tax rebates and subsidies, as well as thinking about imposing tariffs on Chinese-made EVs. Although EV sales are still in a good range globally and continue to rise, it appears sales in and from Chinese manufacturers are making the numbers look much better than they are. Looking at this chart, we see that Chinese EV sales have accounted for over 50% of global EV sales for the past 6 years. A lot of the troubles EVs face have to do with high manufacturing costs, range anxiety, and the difficulties faced in charging. Unfortunately, these issues are likely to remain for the near future. But in terms of battery technology and range anxiety, EVs have made some improvements. Recent breakthroughs are making them lighter, more efficient, and capable of slightly longer ranges. Newer lithium-ion chemistries, for example, promise faster charging times and increased safety, while innovations in recycling techniques ensure that these components don't end up as e-waste. These improvements are slowly but steadily dismantling some of the biggest barriers to EV adoption. Funny thing is, AI and EVs tend to run in the same circles. So, it is only logical that we talk about the role AI plays in the EV revolution. Besides AI's use in research, the enabling of self-driving capabilities, like Tesla's FSD or autopilot, and Waymo's self-driving cars, are powered by advanced machine learning algorithms. Tesla and Waymo's solutions are incorporating AI to create vehicles that can navigate complex traffic scenarios, avoid accidents, and even adapt to the driving habits of users. Tesla is going for a more visual approach to learning, where the vehicle will allegedly be able to navigate unfamiliar territory, whereas Waymo is taking a more mapped-out approach, whose strategy will come out on top is anyone's guess. But Waymo has got a healthy head start in terms of actually having fully autonomous vehicles operating in the real world. AI is also reshaping how EVs interact with infrastructure. Smart charging stations now use AI to predict energy demand, optimize charging schedules, and even communicate with other vehicles and the grid to prevent energy shortages. One thing is clear though for both of these technologies, it's still early days. But what does the future hold? Well, as AI continues to evolve and electric vehicles possibly become the norm, we're standing at the crossroads of a technological revolution. Where we end up going is anyone's guess, so please stay tuned with us as we journey through this story together.